Hey Mustangs, me and my dog Seku here found a fort. Can you hear all the birds around me? Our Jedi sense of the week is hearing. Did you know certain sounds have been scientifically proven to produce happy feelings in our bodies, which help us calm down and stay peaceful? The three are bird songs, natural sounds of water, and the breeze through the trees. That's all three of them. We have two ears and one mouth. There's a reason, because listening keeps us safe. The birds have been our buddies since the beginning of time. So learning different ways they change the patterns of their calls can help us know what they are communicating. For instance, can you hear the birds behind me? Pretty relaxed. It's like they're having breakfast and they're checking in on one another. But if you were to start hearing a bird call that was chirp, 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 really fast, or there are a lot of birds making sounds like that really fast, that's an alarm. And if we hear a bird alarm, chances are they're warning other birds, right? That maybe a raptor's coming, like a hawk. So it's really cool because birds can communicate. Of course, they communicate to each other, but if you're an animal, you're always listening to the birds. That's how deer and other big animals like that know when humans are coming before we get there. So it's hard to see them. They listen to the birds too. When they hear the birds alarming, it's time for them to go. And humans have been using birds to help them understand what's in the environment since the beginning of time. And so this week, not only might we start to understand different kinds of ways birds communicate, but I'm going to give you some different activities to try that are going to tap into your calm sense, to tap into ways that the birds make you feel. Because if we know that it's scientifically proven that the birds help us calm down, why don't we go out and listen to the birds every day? So each time you go outside to have a listen, or listening from your window, think in your mind or say it out loud, "Don't worry, birds, I'm not going to disturb you. You can trust me. I'm here to understand you more." Oh, I hear my dog alarming. There's somebody passing by. See, all the animals communicate with us to keep us safe. It's kind of cool. Get up before 9 in the morning. Put on some warm clothes, take a blanket, go outside wherever you live, if your family lets you, and listen to the conversations. Good news, it's going to be really warm this week, so if you can't go outside, open a window and just listen right outside your window. Listen to the conversations the birds are having. I dare you to do this at least 3 times this week. Could you do it 3 times in a row? That would be super cool, because then you can start listening to the differences. And you might even go out in the morning for a couple days. Maybe go out in the afternoon and notice how different it is. What do birds do in the afternoon? You got to find out. And then go at the end of the day, right before the sun goes down. Go out at the end of the day and notice what you notice. See if you go out at all 3 times of the day and how different it is. If you know it's going to rain one day, maybe you go out right before it rains. What do you think the birds do right before it rains? Be gentle. Try not to disturb them. Using your owl eyes is even better, because when you start looking at the birds with your eyes, oftentimes they might fly away, because that's what animals do when they're ready to attack. So I always try to just use my owl eyes to look at the birds. Unless, of course, I'm pretty far away and I use binoculars. That's really fun too. But I actually am going to challenge you to close your eyes when you're listening. Because when your eyes are closed, you're not distracted. And you're really focused on your Jedi sense of the week, hearing. So when you go outside or you're listening from a window, can you close your eyes to really focus on your hearing? So I'm noticing something out here. I've been sitting out here for about 20 minutes. And when humans walk by, the bird sounds are really, really loud, and then there's none. And when I start videotaping, there's still bird sounds, but there's less bird sounds really close by. So maybe you do different things in your yard or wherever you're listening, and you might notice that the birds change what they're doing. Kind of interesting. All right, so I have a worksheet for you to use if you want. It's kind of like a checklist of the 4 activities, explaining them and how to do them. And remember, all of it's optional. Do what feels right. There's no pressure to do any of them. To be really simple, just go outside, close your eyes, sit against a tree, and listen to the birds and notice how it feels. If you tried that for 3 days in a row, that'd be just perfect. It'd be awesome. You could go outside and do the Jedi sequence really quiet with really deep, full breaths and listen to the birds at the same time. That'd be a great way to do a mindful movement. All the activities I have for you are maybe some things you haven't tried before to try to really hone in on your hearing. Okay, so remember, everything we give you is optional. There's no reason to get worried about it. Have fun with it and go exploring and learn about the birds. Bye, Midvale Mustangs. I miss you so much.